coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Woo! Here we go. It's the national championship for college softball on the line. And tonight we have the Texas Longhorns, or as a lot of people on my channel call them, the Long Turds. They're playing Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, an old Big 12 rivalry rekindled. The Battle of Texas for the softball national championship. This will be a first time for both programs. We're about to bring the softball game up live in just a second. But before we get to all that, I would like for you guys and gals to give your predictions in the comment section. We'll probably have a lot of Oklahoma fans coming in here tonight and trying to root for Texas Tech to pull them through, because the last thing they want to see is Texas replace them as national champions, them being the four-time defending national champions. No longer. They're probably rooting, most of them are probably rooting for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. So they're in commercial right now. When they go live, I will pull that up. We already got Kevron Harris in the house. He was the first batter up today. Good evening, buddy. 2 Texas softball teams are doing battle. That is definitely true. Thunder OU Center, who has the best attendance of all time, percentage-wise. I'd say he's around 98%, maybe 99%. He thinks that Texas Tech will win this game. Will they win it in 2? Or will they have to go to the third game sooner? Thunder OU Center, that is. Will they win it straight, or will they win it 2 out of 3? We got Hines 57A in the house. What's going on, Hines 57? Ain't seen you in a while. Fred Bagley is also in the house, but he has his badge. He's deputized. He's in the Outlaw Posse, which is $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You can get your badge and get deputized to be an actual random 4 horseman shout out on the actual podcast, as well as possibly be the comment of the day. But if you don't want to do all that, it's absolutely free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. By the way, before we get to this game, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That helps the algorithm immensely. So jump out and hit that like button. We're still in commercial for the game. When the game goes live, I will pull it up and I will stop running my mouth, because I know y'all get tired of hearing me after a little bit. But yeah, we might have Killer Breeze in here in a little while. I invited him to the podcast, as well as Johnny Johns. I may invite some other people, who knows. Hell, I might even invite old Hines 57. He's been on the show before. Been a while, but Hines 57 has been on the show. Lots of working, says Hines 57. Hunter says, let's go. Who you rooting for, Hunter? Who's your team tonight, Hunter? Y'all give me your prediction, y'all. And while y'all at it, smash the like button and tell your friends about this live stream tonight. And let's get this party crunk. Still in commercial, as far as I can see. How y'all looking? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're still in commercial. The game will start in probably less than 2 minutes. I want to go ahead and get a jump on it today. We already got 8 or 9 people in here already. People are starting to filter in. And as I said before, smash the like button when you come in. Also, subscribe to the channel. That's absolutely free. Who y'all got, man? Y'all give me your predictions before the game starts in the comment section. I might go back and look at the comment section. And maybe whomever's right or the closest on the score, maybe I'll give some kind of little prize or something. I got my Outlaw of College Football mug today, as y'all can see. If I can push it up there. There it is. Outlaw of College Football mug. You can get it online in my store. But the thing is, my store's been having some issues with delivery. So we're probably going to go to a new store before long. Thunder OU Center says 2 straight games for Tech. So the game is about to start in just a second. They still got the 4 former softball players doing the play-by-play up top. They seem to be doing a pretty good job. Sometimes the female announcers in football aren't very good, but these gals have been doing an excellent job, in my opinion, the whole playoffs. Go Tex, says Fred Bagley. Give me a prediction. Y'all give me a score on tonight's game in the comment section if you can. And like I said, I'll maybe pull some of the names and put them in a hat and do a little prize. Maybe give y'all that mug right there. Outlaw College Football mug. Also got an Outlaw College Football shirt here. Also got some old school hats up here I might give you. Like Montreal Expos, formerly now the Washington Nationals. All right, let's go ahead and pull the game up real quick. Looks like they're about to start this thing. They're giving everybody's rundown on the lineups and whatnot. So I'm not going to pull it up just quite yet. You also in the comment section, let me know what y'all want me to do in the future as far as podcasts and possible live streams. Y'all give me some ideas because this is the home of the Common Joe and the Common Sally in the Know, even more so than all those media talking heads. So y'all give me some ideas in the comment section. If y'all just come in here, the game is coming up. I'm going to pull it up in just a second, and then we'll get to it. But yeah, just give me your predictions in the comment section, and now we will get to the game. All right. Give y'all a bit of a larger screen to look at. Full screen. How's that look? Is that good, or would y'all rather have me at the bottom of the screen? Right now I'm at the side of the screen. This is the bottom of the screen. Here's the bottom of the screen. Here's the side of the screen. Bottom, side. Y'all pick. Y'all the Common Joes, and y'all's vote is what matters the most. So y'all let me know. Hines 57A says, so as a Center fan, I know what I want to happen, but the Tech game won Texas Tech 4-2. Okay. All right. Fred says the bottom. There's the girl last night that almost had her heart broke by Oklahoma Sooner Magic when they knocked that home run at the end there to tie it. Too bad we couldn't have been in the bottom of the seventh when you done that. I will bring the volume up on the game, the actual commentators, when they start the actual game. Texas Tech historic season, it says. Program first, 50-win season, Big 12 regular season and tournament champions, NCAA tournament national seed. So, yeah, a lot of history for Texas Tech tonight. And now they're in commercial. So when they come back from this commercial, we will go live and we will hear the actual commentators, unless y'all prefer me to talk. If y'all prefer me to talk, then I will talk. If you don't, then we'll listen to the commentators. Texas Tech, Fred Bagley is predicting a 5-4 Texas Tech victory tonight. Y'all drop your predictions and scores in the comment section. And I'll try to give somebody a little prize package of some sort. Thunder OU Center says 3-0. Texas Tech in the first game. He also thinks it's going to be a sweep. He thinks that Texas Tech will win both of these games over the Long Turds, who also have yet to win a national championship in softball. Probably because Oklahoma won all of them. My team, Alabama, did win one back in the day. I think it was 2012, 2013, somewhere along there. And we beat Oklahoma for it. So Oklahoma seems to always be there. They were there this year, just not in the championship game. They made it further than some people thought they would. A lot of people said they were young. I think they matured as the season went along. There towards the end, I'm not sure we could use that as an excuse, but they were a young team. All right, the game's fixing to start. Before we start, I'll hit the like button subscribe button. All that's free. It helps crank this thing up, get the algorithm smoking, and gets this party crunk. And drop your prediction in the comment section, and I'll try to give some kind of prize if I can go back and look at the scores later. But let's go ahead and pull this game up for y'all as soon as they get out of these stupid commercials. They keep trying to sneak me on the commercials. So the thing is, I will, during the commercial breaks, I will turn it off and talk, because I figure y'all would rather talk and me respond to your comments rather than listen to some stupid T-Mobile guy in a pink shirt Skittle shitter commercial. It's like a big old Skittle shitting pink commercial. As we wait for the game to start and go to the commentators, we will read comments. We have 15 people in here now. Thunder OU Center says this year is the best chance for Texas to win a national championship in softball because of all their seniors, says Thunder OU Center. Now, we get closer to football season, we might do some live streams on football too. Not sure yet where we're going with that. I may just do podcasts. But we may do more live streams this year. A lot of people have said they would prefer I start making more live streams, but then there's people that like me to just do the podcast. Which one do y'all like better? Me just podcasting and putting it out, or would you rather do live streams more often? As we wait for the game to start, we will go away from my voice to the commentator's voice when it does start. John Christophic says, hi, Outlaw. He is our resident Pit Panther. Oh, John Pit Panther Christophic is in the house once again. If you don't mind, John, smash the like button and share it out to your friends, man, those that like to watch college softball. Now, let's get to the game here.
Most important thing is how they made it happen. Look at this improbable still home from a pitch runner, Michaela Garcia. And then Lauren Allred at first base, anything to get the out, even if they crawl to first base. Maya Davis putting on the Jets to get that game-winning run. And this team has found a way to make it happen. And Beth, you said it best. The team told us yesterday, we got Nyjeri Kennedy where she wanted to go, and that is here competing for a national championship. This team is deep and connected.
Yeah, they have gotten the right chemistry right from the start under first-year head coach Jerry Glasgow, and they are trying to
always
do what
thought
hasn't
that
been
Texas
done in a quarter
Tech's helmet
century. Win it all.
and
their
football and
first time
softball pretty
here.
cool.
The Capital
I like
One
that double T.
starting
What about y'all?
lineups.
Y'all like
For the
Texas
Red
Tech's helmet?
Raiders, how about a little bit of the new Haley Toney, the freshman shortstop, has been their best hitter in the tournament, and their leader, the only player that's been in the starting lineup more than 2 years, Demi Elder, gets the job done vocally and with her bat and gloves. 72 degrees and overcast, high humidity, which may help the pitchers keep the ball in the yard. Tegan Cavan, the All-American sophomore out of West Des Moines, Iowa, gets the call. 26-5, 3-0 lifetime in games head-to-head with Nyjeri Kennedy, including twice at the World Series last year.
Tegan Cavan has been really good in this environment. See if that continues into this Champ Series.
Texas has the experience for their upperclassmen, second, third time here in the finals. They have 6 starters returning from a year ago, led by their third baseman, Mia Scott. Preseason #1, can they finish it off with a title? And first pitch swinging for Maya Davis is a base hit down the third baseline.
I mean, this first pitch, this is so Texas Tech. Put them on their toes right from the very beginning. Inside out swing, rise ball inside, found the inside part of the line to get the first single.
We're going to be talking a lot today with both these pitchers about rise balls and change-ups and changing speeds and changing planes against these hitters. Here's Haley Toney. 11 hits.
Woo!
In
Back
the
at the
NCAA
curve,
tournament.
Ferguson.
That includes a home run here at the World Series against UCLA. As Holly referenced at the start of the program, a lot of different folks have had a hand in scoring, but they haven't come in big numbers. 7 total runs so far through their first 3 games. Can they get more against Texas tonight?
They got 26 stolen bases over at first base, and Maya Davis
said
a ton
he's
of
surprised
speed.
at how dry the field looks.
Part of the plan is to be able to move her over.
Yeah, the field looks
Of
like
course,
some pretty
Haley
good
Tony, you
conditions.
talked about this off the
These
top.
people in
Big
Oklahoma
hitter,
City
opposite field, a
really
lot of
go
power.
all out to make
And
this a
both
bit
of these
event for everybody.
catchers outstanding. Going to be tough to run. We'll see how much they're tested. For Reese Atwood of Texas, Victoria Valdez of Texas Tech.
On immediately, Tegan Cavan using that changeup, couple already to Tony, who has some power.
One-two to Tony. And that'll get through the right side. Davis diving in safely at third, and it's runners on the corner.
It's like Texas Tech has came to play today.
Get on top of the rise ball. Haley Tony, look where this pitch is located. You've got Maya Davis going all the way first to third, using that speed we just talked about. Not even a chance, sliding in easily into third base. Get on top of the rise ball. It's going to be a huge, huge key for these Tech hitters.
How about a scouting report on the starter tonight?
We will have a first-time national
Tegan Cavan
champion
has a lot of
regardless
different
of who
tools that
wins
she
this
can use.
series.
She's got a good drop ball
Texas
that she
and
can
Texas
use down
Tech
in the zone.
have
That'll be
neither-
about 70 miles
neither
an
one
hour.
of
The
these
rise
programs
ball
have
up
ever
as well,
won
70
national
miles an
title
hour.
in softball.
She'll throw that at the low 70s, and it's the changeup, though, ladies, at 58 to 60 miles an hour. It's that over-the-top rotation that really can get hitters off balance. But
Smash the
Texas
like
Tech
button
already
and
very aggressive
subscribe.
on the hard
Share it to all
stuff.
your friends out there.
And the way
Anybody who's
defensively
Texas
Texas
fans or
is
Texas Tech
playing
fans,
has allowed Texas
or
Tech
any
to shoot the
fan
ball
base,
down the line and get it through the
just share us
3-4
out.
hole.
17 innings of work at the World Series for Cavan without allowing an earned run. And the Red Raiders are threatening. 3 of 14 this series with a runner in scoring position. And here is their number 3 hitter, Lauren Allred. She had the sacrifice fly to drive in the game-winning run in their semifinal upset of Oklahoma. They have beaten 3 higher seeds already in this tournament to get to the finals: Florida State, UCLA, and Oklahoma. And as a 12 seed, they are trying to be the lowest to ever win it. Two-0 to Allred. And a catcher interference, I believe. That Atwood's glove get in the way of the bat, and that'll load him up.
And look how late, though, the swing is from Lauren Allred. No doubt knocks the glove right off her hand.
Well, and Reese has a tendency to go get that ball, and you can see her arm reach out to make that catch. The barrel come down.
And how about this moment? Nyjari Kennedy, who one of the reasons that she chose Texas Tech because she wanted to hit more. She's got 3 home runs in the NCAA tournament, and she steps up here with the bases loaded. The
Bases
last 2
loaded, no
years,
outs.
Kennedy has come here with Stanford, made it to the semis and got knocked out. Last year, it was by Texas.
Well, Texas playing double ball depth, so they've got their middles back. A lot of times in this situation, you would see the middles come in, but Good and Bennett are playing deeper, especially with Kennedy being right-handed, looking for something potentially to turn going back up the middle. That would be sacrificing a run, however.
Transferred from Stanford to Texas Tech, buoyed by a $1 million NIL deal, and one of the biggest moves
I really agree with this
in
statement.
women's
Hines.
college
It seems
sports,
like
and
it's more
certainly
upbeat than
the most
than men's
significant
baseball,
in
Major
the
League Baseball,
sport
and
of
college
softball.
baseball.
And her first at-bat in the World Series could be a double play, and they got her.
Oh, my goodness.
Mia Scott
That
continues to be a brick wall at third.
That's the kids over there.
Well, this is just great defense. They
That's
were set
not
up
good.
for this, looking for that double
That was the
play.
worst
They had
thing
the
that
opportunity with this ball hit
Texas
right at Mia Scott. Mia Scott's going to go get this immediately to Reese Atwood over to goalie Mitchell at first. So this is a huge double play for Texas. In fact, it's the 27th double play of the year that Texas has turned. None bigger than that one so far.
Runners, two of them still in scoring position. And back to regular depth for the infield for Texas, and it's fouled off by Alexa
Having
Langeliers.
the bases loaded.
One of
with no
7
out.
transfers,
If they
6
don't
of them
get
that
one
came
run, this
with
could come
Jerry
back to
Glasgow
haunt
from
Texas.
Louisiana. Alexa has been with Coach the longest, 4 years together. Looking for her first hit of the World Series. Check swing right back to Kavine, and the Longhorns get out of it.
That was a hell of a
Texas picking up the bats
situation.
when we come back.
That could come back to haunt Texas Tech. You got the bases loaded, no outs, and the one at-bat that you can't have was the at-bat that they had into a double play from home plate to first base. Don't see it very often, but man, that right there could come back to haunt Texas Tech. Right now we're in commercial. I will go back to the live game after commercial. We will go back to the regular commentators, so y'all don't just jump out of here thinking we're not going to let you listen to it. We're just keeping the commercials off of you and off of me, because if I play the commercials, it will demonetize the live stream. But got a few people up in here. Like I said, Hines 57 said he put college softball at firm number 2 on the list of top competition sports to watch. Small field, fast action, and a lot of chatter, says Hines 57. Fun Row U Center says, come on, run rule for Texas Tech. Well, like I said, that series of at-bats right there, that could really, really come back to haunt Texas Tech in this entire series. Because if they lose this game because of that, and then Texas wins the next game, it absolutely changes the whole complexity of this series. James Stevens is in the house. He says, let's go Tech. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, we're going to be playing now, can't we? Someone buzzed in on me here. Put that on mute so I can pay attention to y'all. Fred Bagley has his badge. He's deputized. He's in the Outlaw Posse. He says, yep, that might leave a mark later. You're right. Very, very bad sequence of events there for Texas Tech. Rick Birdwell says, Tuck Texas. Hines 57 says that's how you handle pressure. I agree. Tech could regret that. Right now the score is 0-0. Texas Tech had the bases loaded with no outs, and then screwed themselves on a couple of plays, hunting and fishing with Bryson outdoors. Now let's get back to the game.
Screwball that she's been using as of late to lefties. Rise ball, she'll go upstairs. Changeup will be in the low 50s. Look at the velocity differential, about 20 miles an hour. It's outstanding. Her 25 strikeouts in the World Series primarily are going to be that rise ball changeup. But the screwball as of late, Jess, has really been a game changer against lefties.
Watch them against these lefties. We got 3 in a row at the top of the order for Texas.
Ashton Maloney to short, and the Rook with her first touch defensively. Tony makes the play, 1 down.
Tech first pitch swinging. Now Texas first pitch swinging.
Y'all just jumping in here, please hit that like button and then share it, and maybe even hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. We do more than just softball here. We do a lot of college sports.
First 3 in the
Maybe
order,
dabbling in a little
hitting
politics
400
from time
on
to
the
time.
season. And then Reese
So yeah, hit the
Atwood
like
just a
button
shade
and the
under that.
subscribe button.
One of the most daunting tasks for a pitcher you'll find. Here's Caden Henry. Sends that one Oppo down the line. Sophomore from Dickinson, Texas. Speaks to her versatility that here at the World Series, she has a steal of home and a home run. Last year in the Champ Series loss to Oklahoma, she hit 500. One and two from Kennedy. That one fouled away for Nigeri. She has won 16 consecutive decisions, has not lost since April 17th. And during Tech's 12-game win streak that they are still riding, averaging over a strikeout per inning.
Well, she just has great velocity, but it's her movement. She's really worked on making sure that rise ball is climbing. Changeup is diving down. It's not just a change in velocity. And that new screwball a little bit more just running away.
Change is in for a called strike three. 2 down.
A little shake of the head. Henry thinks that pitch is a little bit high, but this is how devastating this pitch can be. It's got tight rotation, and when that rotation shows up in your eye, it looks and it deceives you because you feel like it's coming at 71, 72, and it's floating in at 53 miles an hour.
Oh, strikeout with the change, and here is Mia Scott.
Mia had 2 hits against Nyjah earlier this year, both of them to left field on pitches inside. So she went inside out, which is why they're staying away both pitches. Smitty talked about that screwball. That screwball is a pitch that's actually going to go up and away to lefties. That's the movement of that pitch. You don't see it a lot anymore. And Nyjah's added it to her repertoire, especially as of late.
Mia way back in that box trying to buy as much time as she can in her 16th World Series game. Now there are her numbers in her career against Kennedy. Remember, Texas saw her and Stanford twice last year here.
There's no one else in the country that's 5 for 11 off Nyjah Kennedy. I mean, you're lucky to have 1 for anything. She's got 5 hits, including an extra base hit.
She has been money in the postseason throughout her career, and Kennedy blows one by. Back-to-back strikeouts for the $1 million arm.
$1 million arm. Really? I don't know if she's going to make $1 million, but hey, it's nice to hope for it, right? So, finished off 1 inning. Texas fans dodged a bullet, I think. Texas Longhorns in general dodged a bullet. If y'all want your comments to get read out, I can't see all the comments in here. They're coming in a little faster. There's a little money dollar sign at the bottom of this video, this live stream. You can hit that money dollar sign out, hit that money dollar sign, then write your comment. If you write your comment, hit it a second time. Don't hit it that second time until you write your comment, or you won't get your money's worth. But it'll push your comment to the top and highlight it for a little small donation to the program to help keep the lights on. Also for the podcast and the live streams, podcast and the shorts and stuff that we do on here, we do have a Outlaw of College Football Posse membership. You'll see Fred Bagley and others in there with their badge. If you want to get your badge and get deputized, it's $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. You'll get your badge and get deputized, get a random 4 Horsemen shout out, as well as possibly be the comment of the day on the actual podcast that we do. But if you don't want to do all that, what's absolutely free is what I've been preaching this whole time. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, jump out and hit the like button. Don't take 2 seconds. And hit the subscribe button. All of that is free fun. It just lets you know when we're up and on the air. Notifies you so you can come up in here and have fun with us or give us hell, whichever one you choose to do. We can do both. We can take criticism as well as compliments. But liking and subscribing are huge, and they're absolutely free. So hit it. Hit it, hit it, hit it. I'm watching on my TV. I'm a bit ahead of the stream, but I'll be watching and listening. It's like it's replaying everything. Well, do me a favor and do not tell us what's happening. What you can do is just watch it on here. Instead of watching it on your TV, just watch it on here, Fred, and that way you won't be accidentally spoiling it for everybody. Just turn your TV off and just hang out with us, Fred. I got it on. I got it up on the big screen here. I got it a little bit larger this time, so you should be able to see it.
Seven freshmen, and they have formed family bonds throughout their journey. And here they are on the brink. Playing for those young girls and rewriting pretty much every record at Texas Tech. They've set over 20 school records.
So you're surprised with us at the same time.
Their first 50-win season and champions of the Big 12, now trying to be national champions. Here's Alana Johnson,
well, you'll
6,
be right
7, and 8,
and you'd be surprised.
Coming up for Texas Tech.
At the same time we are,
actually mid-pitch, the last pitch, the entire infield came over to the left side. There is no one at second base.
Man. Do it the way you want to do it,
completely wide open. You see this for lefties, you guys? You don't see it for righties. So clearly with Alana Johnson now, she
and we have a
pushed
new
the ball
member
the
of
other way.
the
So this is interesting to me. It tells me they're going to be coming after inside, which is exactly what Jared Glasgow is telling her right now. They're coming in. That's what this says. Because she's a hitter that likes to go oppo. Does a great job with the outside pitch.
You get a random shift where no one's at second base. Possibly the comment of the day on the
they can't vacate an outfield position. Watch, while she's in the box, see run over right before Tegan Cavan pitches the ball.
Tegan Cavan very good at hitting her spots, not crossing up her catcher or her infielders in this case.
Now she's off the plate. I mean, that to me is just a huge tell. It's a gift for the hitter saying, this is where we're going to throw you. Now, you still got to hit Tegan Cavan, but now Alana Johnson
right.
backing off the plate.
That's the shortstop in the 5-6 hole, and the second baseman playing short. Johnson, a junior transfer from Washington. She's been hot in the postseason, 400 hitter in the NCAA tournament.
Like I said, she does a really good job going middle away. That's why the scout is to get her inside.
Try to jam her again.
Both these pitchers so far have just been arm side, really hammering the righties inside, lefties outside. This is going to be a game of adjustments.
Are you a full-stack marketer spending all day switching between platforms? Now with SEMrush Toolkit.
This season, she was on the All-World Series team here in their run to the finals. And it's Scott. She won't even let that one get to the 5-6 hole. One down.
Man, I can't believe they had the bases loaded and then not get one run with no out.
Well, the thing that's so impressive about Mia Scott right now, Beth Mons, she has been an absolute star, probably the MVP defensively here at the World Series, and she is doing all of this with a torn ACL. She has disclosed that it is torn. I can see that she's wearing a brace under her right knee, and she didn't care that we told the world because she's moving so well, it does not matter.
Incredible. And even on that last play, you guys, she takes away the 5-6 hole. It does not exist when Mia Scott is at third base. You saw the drop step going back for pop flies. And the fact that she's torn her ACL and been able to do it, didn't want to tell anyone, but it doesn't matter because she's playing solid defense.
Demi Elder lifts that one down the line, and Katie Stewart is there on the dirt. 2 down. Don't forget, we have your regular broadcast of the Champ Series here on ESPN. And there is a look at the MegaCast going on. Hello, ladies. How we doing? Very sparkly. I like it. A little nod to Dolly Parton. Always a good thing.
Sparkly.
We're in the top of the second. Game 1, best of 3 for the national championship. And here is Victoria Valdez out of Alvin, Texas. What they get from her bat is gravy, because she is on that all defensive team behind the plate in the Big 12. Tough to run on her. And it's right to Scott. And Tegan Cavan, the 1-2-3 inning. And to the bottom of the second we go, scoreless in OKC.
Well, after a bunch of hits by Texas Tech in the first inning and getting 3 on base with no outs, it's become a defensive slugfest thus far, but it's still early. 0-0 going into the bottom of the second. Long turds are up to bat. If there are any Texas Longhorn fans in here, I apologize for the barb, but it's just something we do to kid around and mess with other teams and whatnot. You know, people call Alabama Bammers, call us Gumps. So, you know, we've been called names too, so don't get too mad about it. You're the long turds. USC is the Skittle shitters. Auburn is the barn monkeys. What else? Some people call Oklahoma the Sooner Mutts from time to time, or Spooners. Right? And then we call Ohio Stank. Ohio Stank. The Suckeyes. They all got these nice little cute nicknames for all our teams. I think the most favorite one, though, if we had to take a poll, would probably be the USC Skittle Shitters. Now, those of y'all that are just jumping in here now, we will go back to the game live with the actual commentators. So don't leave. Hit the like button and the subscribe button to get the party bigger, get it crunk. We're already over 50 people, and it's still early, so we're probably going to have a pretty large crowd tonight towards the end. So y'all get all up in here and get this party crunk. And then when we get closer to the football season, if y'all want to, y'all can give me some ideas for topics for the show, as well as possibly even be on the show. If you hit me up on Twitter, now called X, at OCF Productions, at OCF Productions in DMs. Because this is the home of the common Joe and the common Sally, and no, even more so than all the media talking heads. What kind of drugs are those Texas giving those injured players to make them play so well? I don't know, man. Maybe some Toradol. I know my back was hurt. My doctor said, man, you're about to feel 100% better. And normally, when doctors say you're about to feel 100% better, they're just patronizing you. But when he gave me that Toradol shot, yeah, I was 100% better. I love some Toradol. Let's get back to the game.
This year, place was electric. I think half the town has showed up here at Devon Park.
5-hour drive away.
And how about an All-American showdown to open up this half of the inning? Here's Reese Atwood to face Kennedy.
Little Breeze in the house.
Circle, power on power. Nigel Kennedy, Reese Atwood.
Texas long-term fans, so they don't appreciate you being late.
Trying to stay on top of that rise ball.
I think you've done it deliberately.
So she's been confident in her swings here at the World Series, even though she is hitless thus far. But you know, all the great ones, they're going to tell themselves, as she told us, hey, I'm one swing away.
That's right.
It's going to happen, she says.
That's the second time we've seen a frustrating call. Caden Henry had a strikeout on a changeup that was up. Now Reese Atwood, this one at the knees, maybe a little below. And it's hard. You're facing Nyjah, and as a hitter, you're saying you can't give her anything.
Yeah. Nothing like losing 3 times.
Change up in for a strike, 2-2.
Texas keeps on making look at just as many times as Oklahoma won.
Well and often.
That'd be some shit, wouldn't it?
Took Atwood just 3 years to become their all-time RBI leader. She's threatening their home run career number. And a fly out there to straightaway center Maya Davis, 1 down.
And Texas Tech had the bases loaded with no outs, and then they didn't get no runs.
Atwood. She comes going inside. It's going to be a ball. They're going to come back with the change.
Yeah, they're going to win.
They're going to
win 2 games in a row.
The zone. Atwood thinks it's low and comes back with that changeup again. And then on the outer half, a laser, but right at Davis in center field, picking up that fly out.
1 down for Jolie Mitchell. Popped up left side. Linda Booth is there, over the shoulder, 2 down. That'll bring up Katie Stewart.
They want to know your
Two
score
home runs
prediction for the
already
game
here
today.
at the Women's College World Series on a beautiful night here
Monroe,
in
you
Oklahoma
still want
City.
to know your score prediction for today's
Softball
game.
tonight, tomorrow night, NBA Finals in town tomorrow night.
Right here.
Place is abuzz with activity.
Oklahoma City's popping.
Stewart trying to track that one down at 70 miles an hour. The sophomore out of Frankfort, Illinois.
Your favorite helmet.
Talking to us this week about her ability to adjust within at-bats, and that's something that, you know, all the study, all the video work, your ability to read pitchers, any little thing that you can get an advantage in that batter's box.
Oh, and especially in a game like this where you have two dominating pitchers, you've got to be able to just pick up a nuance, something, a missed pitch, and then barrel it up. Not foul it off, but barrel it up.
That's a great hold. Talk about the spin. You see the pitch as a ball when it's caught, but I'm telling you, as a hitter, that looks like a pitch you want to hit. Very hard to hold out when she's throwing as hard as Nyjah does.
And that does hit Stewart, and it's the first base runner here for Texas with 2 outs.
All the way they get someone on base is they get hit.
Nyjah's got that late run. She's got a very live arm.
They suck.
Spin.
Typical
I'll bring up
Longhorns.
Leanne Good, junior out of San Antonio. Right back to Kennedy, who snags it. End of the inning, scoreless
good,
2-2 for Nyjah Kennedy.
Yeah, so I don't know how many times it's been done, but I know the last time it was done was when Oklahoma won it in 2000. That was OU's first trip to the WC Women's World Series, and they won it in their first trip. This is Texas Tech's first trip to the World Series, and they're going to win it as well.
So when did
It's
they
gonna be-
start playing softball competitively in the NCAA? When did they first start?
Well, I mean, it goes back. I mean, I know at least to the 80s. At least to the 80s. I know because UCLA was.
It's one of those sports that, you know, they didn't have an actual championship and stuff for it. It's like an intramural sport
But they had national
The 70s
championships
and
going
80s.
back to the 80s, though. UCLA won 3 national championships. I mean, 4 national. No, wait. Yeah, I think they won. No, maybe that was Arizona. Anyway, Arizona dominated in the 90s. They won a couple of national championships, and the same thing with UCLA in the 80s. I don't know what was the first year.
There it is right here. I got it from AI. Softball became an NCAA sanctioned sport in 1982.
There you go.
While there were previous championships and tournaments, they were not recognized until 1982.
Yeah, I know the UCLA at the end of the 80s, like 88, 89, they won, I think, 3 in a row or 2 in a row a couple of times, but they won multiple national championships in the 80s. Arizona won multiple national championships in the 90s. And it's pretty much been Alabama, Florida, and Oklahoma in the 2000s. Alabama more so in the earlier 2000s, 2010s.
Hines 57 said that the UCLA Bruins have 14 national titles in softball. I did not know that.
Well, they don't, because I don't think they've got 14 going back to the 80s. They might have some of those tournament championships like you were talking about.
I can look it up.
Because he's talking about 1975. I mean, those don't count.
Yeah, well, they were not recognized until 1982 by the NCAA, Hines, is what it said in the AI. It's just like women's basketball, I think, came around about the same time when it was recognized women's basketball started in the late 70s, I think, where it was recognized as a championship.
That sounds about right. But all
Same thing with gymnastics. They all came around about the same time.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that around the same time to Title IX. When did Title IX come out?
Yeah, it's probably around the Title IX era when it first came out. Who's that? Richard Jefferson. Okay.
And Thunder, 71% of NBA champions win game one of the finals. Here in softball,
1972 was Title IX.
We win.
of game one. Only 4 times in
competitive.
19 years has a team lost game one and come back to win the championship.
Richard Jefferson, a big softball fan. He was at Arizona playing when Jenny Finch was there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that introduced him to some of the best right off the bat.
He used to come watch you guys were at the Olympics, right?
Yep. 04 came to a bunch of our games.
Ground ball short, and there is Leanne Goods, scooped out of the dirt by Mitchell. 1 down, and second time around for the top of the order now for the Red Raiders. Maya Davis singled in the first when Texas Tech had the bases loaded with nobody out. And the Longhorns got a huge double play and then a ground out to end the threat. Also noteworthy, Texas Tech, 23 games in a row where they have scored first. And they have never trailed, obviously, here in the postseason.
Which is amazing, because you know the further you go, the better the pitching is.
The better she gets. Yeah, she's got a lead. Just kind of kicks it up a notch.
Well, and part of the advantage, too, is that even though their offense of all the teams here has maybe not put up the most amount of runs, they're used to playing in very tight games. So that bodes well for a championship series like this.
Well, and they're doing it for their first
If
year
y'all
head
mind, jump
coach
out and
who
hit that
does
like
have
button.
experience
We're
here as
lagging
a
on
head coach
likes
at
tonight.
Louisiana,
It's
but
free.
has come
Y'all
here
take but 2
as an
seconds to
assistant
hit
at
that like
Georgia
button for me.
and at
It would
Auburn.
help me out immensely.
Self-proclaimed, I'm here for all those travel ball dads, because that's what he used to do with his daughters back in the day. And then worked his way through the ranks. And now this big opportunity to do what's never been done at Texas Tech.
Yeah, I bet he was behind the idea to put these young girls' travel ball pictures when they were 8, 9 years old up in the dugout. He remembers coaching his daughters.
Got a daughter on the staff with him, Tara Archibald. Works with Kennedy and their pitchers. Here's the 1-2 to Davis. He was telling us yesterday, it all started, there he is back left, all started out with a fax. Google that, youngsters. A fax to a college coach at Georgia, Lou Harris-Champer, said, hey, I need you to check out my player. And Lou got back to him, and they developed a friendship, and that's where he really took off with the Bulldogs.
How about that? Promoting his players, trying to get them scholarships. It's just done so much for women's sports.
How much his team plays for him, has transferred for him. 5 transfers coming over from Louisiana.
Including Davis, who he says is the best center fielder in America. Pulls that one down the line and foul.
Heck of an at bat. Remember, she swung first pitch of the game. Down the line. Very aggressive mentality.
Well, and how tough is it to be a slapper? What, for the last 3 years, and then just started hitting last season?
It's the first time hitting away, and kind of messed with it a little bit at the end of last year. And then Jerry's like, we're gonna work on this. We're gonna make you a hitter.
Because she wanted to hit for more power, and she has.
Full circle and cycle, if you will. She hit for the cycle in a UT Arlington game in April. Holly Rowe reminding us of that feat from Maya. Not something you see every day in softball. That triple's so hard to come by with the smaller dimensions.
Well, and even just the extra
at-bats. Yeah.
That's exactly where you're going.
You don't get 4 at-bats.
No.
And she paid it off with a home run. That was the last one she needed. Ninth pitch of this AB.
Just does such a good job as a leadoff hitter, aggressive.
And draws the walk.
That's
Those
about
are the
right.
kind of at-bats, right? Even if you don't win that battle, it helps with the rest of the war, because if this goes to 3 games, you want to get these aces pitch counts as high as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. See as many pitches as you can and roll over those ABs, right? The more people that come up, the more you keep pushing toward the end of the game.
Davis steals a lot. Davis gets thrown out a lot, but Davis likes to run, and she's over at first base.
You're kind of always waiting for Jerry. Like, there's going to be something within this final series that he will pull out of his back pocket that you've never seen. The steal of home. Seen hit and runs and 2-strike counts.
There's Haley Tony.
Yeah, if he doesn't have to give away an out to get a base, trust me, he'll figure out any way he can to grab it. A lot of it will be count-based. So if this hitter's down, he'll just run them. It'll be end runs.
Amongst the many records, stolen bases this year. A new mark.
About 108 stolen bases. But even more impressive is the 144 attempts.
Yeah.
I mean, not afraid to run.
Kavan back ahead in the count now, 1-2. Tony fights one off.
Kavan threw a lot of rise balls earlier in this tournament and has been relying on the drop ball here a little bit to Texas Tech.
Got her. And that's the first strikeout for Teagan. 2 down. Well, we've talked about sort of the swashbuckling way that Texas Tech gets runs on the board. Not like a swing like that, but
Well, it's a changeup and it's got that lower velocity, but also has a lot of downward movement. 5 inches of vertical break down.
here's Lauren Allred. Here's what we were talking about. Everybody getting involved and just some clutch stuff. Singles, doubles, triples, home run, a walk-off sac fly. We've talked about the steal of home. They haven't scored many, but they've scored enough. And even putting a hit and run on there. The 7 runs scored to reach the finals, the fewest since Amanda Scarborough's Texas A&M team in 2008.
When you have a pitcher like Nyjah in the circle, as long as you have one more than them, you're golden. And that's kind of the philosophy they've used. But it is the aggressiveness, and I figured, yeah, with 2 outs here, they are going to put Davis in motion. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes again.
Right back to Kavan and over to first. No damage done by the free pass. Still scoreless in game 1 of the finals.
And the posse, so that by the time we hit college football season, we can throw down and have some epic watch parties and watch some great college football.
Yeah, I've learned a little trick on how to dispute demonetization when they demonetize the live stream, because sometimes it hears music and commercials get in here.
Oh, yeah?
And so I've been getting every one of these monetized. And usually they demonetize them and they won't let me have the money for them. But I've been actually getting the monetization from it. So now that we figured that out, we're going to do it on football too.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Hell yeah, man.
Roll Tide, Boomer Sooner, go Pitt.
We got a
Hold
Longhorn.
that Tiger.
Anthony and Robin Case say that the Longhorns win by 2. I don't see it. I don't see it.
We had a few people earlier predict Texas to win. Baby DJ also predicted Texas to win. So we got a few people in here that think Texas is going to take them.
I think Texas Tech is a little tight. They
didn't seem tight coming out of the gate, man, and they just busted their ass.
That's I think that's why they didn't push any of them through. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I just like man, I feel like Tech is just one of those teams of destiny this year, man.
And it's the best out of 3, right?
It's the best out of 3. That's correct.
So they still got to win the second game.
That's
both
correct.
of these teams went undefeated through the College World Series, so it's not unfair to anybody. The one bad thing about it is that even if you lose a game during the College World Series and you make it to the title game, it's like it starts over new for you.
That's correct.
Which if you already got a second loss should go ahead and eliminate you, but I guess not.
Well, I mean, I get the point, but the way that they run the bracket up to that point, I mean, the likelihood is, there's no way around it. You could get 2 losses and still win the tournament, but you got to get to the semifinals.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Hines 57 said he shared it on all platforms. I appreciate that, Hines. Hines has been on the show before, by the way. So we're going to make room for Hines to come back on here at some point. Vicky Nelson's in the house. What in the rammer jammer is going on in here? Roll Tide to you, Vicky. I'm an Alabama guy. Killer Breeze is an Oklahoma guy. We are the 2 Crimson Nations because that's the best color there ever was or ever will be.
It's a great color. By the way,
I do like LSU's purple and yellow.
Purple and yellow is, well, I'm from Louisiana, so it's Mardi Gras colors.
They try to say it's purple and gold, but it's not.
It's not gold. It's yellow for sure. It's definitely yellow. The colors are officially purple and gold, but that's just typical Louisiana to get it wrong.
I like South Carolina's garnet red and black.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I can't stand A&M. That little bit of a shade from red to maroon for me kills it. I hate maroon.
But that's not really. They're maroon, right? The Texas A&M's maroon.
Texas A&M is maroon, but South Carolina looks maroon to me. I mean, I don't see a big. It's a darker. It's a darker maroon.
You mean maroon or you mean moron?
Both.
They're moron red. They're moron red.
But I love OU's all white unis with the red helmet, and I love OU's crimson jerseys with the red helmet. I hate the gray. I hate the gray unis, man. I don't like them. We wear those damn gray unis in all our sports way too much.
Anthony Robbins said Oregon's colors are fire.
Oregon's colors were not always fire. Phil Knight had everything to do with that, which you got to love that. I mean, you can't, as far as, that's just great luck for the Duck fans. I'd be all over it too, man. I'd love it if Phil Knight loved my school the way he loves Oregon.
Hunter pops it up. Alexa Langoliers. 1 down.
Larry Krawicki's in the house. Go Big Red.
Noticed with Texas is contact early in the count. I know we're just in the 3rd inning, but only 2 strikeouts against Nyjah Kennedy is already a win. The more that they can put the ball in play and early not get to 2 strikes.
Katie Bennett. So here is 1 trip through the lineup. They are hitless thus far. Just 1 base runner, a hit batter. This is another story that has become commonplace in college athletics. Started out playing at Texas A&M Commerce for a year, then transferred to Abilene Christian for a year. She came to Texas because the Longhorns needed some depth. They didn't think she would be a starter. An injury in the offseason to Vivi Martinez opened up some opportunities to get on the field. and they haven't been able to keep KD off of it. And there's strikeout number 3 for Nigeri, and now the top will come back around to see her for a second time.
Well, she continues to hammer that arm side of the plate, so that's outside to lefties, inside to righties. And this ball is more screwball than rise ball. It's got a little bit of lift to it, a little bit of upspin, but it's really just running away from those left-handed hitters. And this is the part of the lineup for Texas. There's 4 lefties in a row.
Ashton Maloney is the second. She grounded to short her first time up. Just 1 ball so far has left the infield for Texas. And that'll scoot through, and the first base hit of the night for the Longhorns. And Maloney will try and start a 2-out rally.
This is perfect placement. This is what Ashton Maloney does. A great idea of where the defense is. 5-6 hole is where she lives, and that's exactly. You see Haley Toney pulled all the way into that hole, still hits it hard enough. Look at it barely squeak by. That is money for a slapper.
Caitlin Henry struck out looking at a change her first time up. Texas was adamant in their discussions with us yesterday. We have to set a line at the top of the zone and cannot chase a rise ball out of it. That one was under the line.
On Texas Tech, take a look at where Langoliers is here, the second baseman, and then also Toney up the middle. So you've got a massive gap up the middle if you can shoot it past Kennedy, and then the 5-6 hole open. We'll see if they also run Maloney, who has great speed.
Now she's going to hit her with that 54-mile-an-hour changeup.
Force the hand, right? Create a little chaos on that infield.
Pressure. Put the pressure on the defense.
And Maloney will be able to take second on the pass ball, squirted out of the glove of Valdez. And the first time tonight they have a runner in scoring position. Actually going to score that a wild pitch from Kennedy. Chance for Texas to grab the lead.
So 3 spots Caitlin Henry has got to protect: away, up, and down. It's been rare that Kennedy will come into these lefties. Really has been riding with the screwball, the rise up, and the changeup down.
And that one will not get through. The backhand from Nigeri Kennedy ends the threat. Runner stranded at second.
She's so good, man.
Scoreless through 3.
She's so good, and little things like that wild pitch, you know, that's the kind of thing. She didn't have any of that against Oklahoma or anyone else she's played so far. She's just been throwing lights out, dude, for a while.
I think Oklahoma hit her better than Texas has so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I did tag her ass with the most least likely hitter in that last game. That was pretty epic.
The problem is, man, is that it's so hard to get runners on base with her that most of the time you're probably just generating runs by getting lucky and hitting a home run, you know, because typically you're not pushing, unless runners are stealing second and third, you're not getting them over there, you know? So she's just tough, man. And when she was on, like against Oklahoma, man, her fastball she was throwing it a little harder than what she's throwing today. And then she'd come in, she'd drop a changeup that was 18, 20 miles an hour, you know, slower than her fastball. It's just so hard to hit, man. She's just so hard to hit.
Larry Trowicki's in the house. He said Uncle Lou said that Nebraska's going to go 8-4. And Killebreeze corrects him and gets his name right. His name is now Auntie Louise. Y'all need to respect him. He's trying to transition. He is a Georgia hedge pisser. And, Auntie Louise is a dipshit. That's a pretty good adjective to describe him.
It's hard for me to take him seriously.
I don't think he takes himself seriously, to be honest.
Well, I hope that's the case. I would like to think that it's just an act, but I suspect that's actually who he is.
I suspect that as well. Yeah, whatever it is. We know it's a hedge pisser for sure.
It's really, I don't really watch him very much or ever, but I did last year when Alabama beat Georgia. I did go tune into his show to see him, and it's just so funny. He talks so much smack anytime anyone else loses, but when Georgia loses, he's, of course, it's predictable, but he's very calm about it, very matter of fact, very just, hey man, what are you going to do? It's like anybody else that loses, if it's Alabama or Oklahoma or LSU, he's talking about how their program is in shambles.
Exactly.
It's just funny.
Fred Bagley said that this pitcher's got $1 million arm and she hits cleanup. Is that odd? Is that something that don't usually happen?
She is one of the few pitchers that, she's got 11. I think she's got 11 home runs this year, which for a pitcher is pretty damn good, So
your pitcher's not a great hitter.
Usually the pitcher doesn't even hit. Usually in softball, the pitcher doesn't even hit.
She's just thick, man. I think that's why they let her hit, right?
Well, she's not little. She's big.
She'll come almost all the way to
That's
the
sort of got that
line
Serena
that's on
Williams
the side of the home
deal.
plate. She'll come all the way across the batter's box. She wants something middle away. That's why she's so far off the plate.
Oh. 2-1.
She has that inside-out swing. If you look at her home runs and her power numbers, it's all to right field, center field. A lot of oppo power.
Good changeup from Teagan, 2-2.
And she needs to keep that changeup on the outer half with the way that Kennedy is set up.
Just the demeanor, too, for both these pitchers. Nyjah with the stomp and the stoic facade of Teagan Cavan. Every once in a while, you'll get the fist pump, but steps into that circle, all business. The two All-Americans face off, and Teagan gets her. Second strikeout, one down.
Teagan not afraid to challenge Nyjah on the inner half, but it's really the two changeups that she threw throughout this at-bat on the outer half that were just so important. And Reese Atwood behind the dish. We don't talk enough about her, the way she steals strikes for her pitcher and the energy that she gives Teagan Cavan. Just one of the best behind the plate.
Good little side story, of course. Cavan is from West Des Moines, Iowa, and women's basketball fans may recognize that hometown. She's from the same neighborhood as Caitlin Clark. Went to Dowling Catholic High School.
Man, Iowa girls have got it going on.
A couple of athletes at the top of their games.
Well, Caitlin coached her with one of the teams she played on. She was playing basketball.
Yeah, she was a baller. Here's Alexa Langoliers. In for a strike, 1-2. Langoliers pops it up. Scott is there. 2 down. Holly?
Man.
Well, Cavan, as
This
you
game
mentioned,
might be
grew
over in
up
record
just a
time.
couple of
Someone
doors
wins 1 to
down. In
nothing.
fact, Caitlin Clark's dad, Brent, was asking me, like, how's Teagan Cavan doing? We're like, well, she's doing very well. Here they are pitching in the World Series, and it's such an odd story. She actually played basketball at that school, but she didn't play softball because their season is in the summer. She ended up just playing travel ball. But I want to send a shout out to the school secretary who helped me find those very rare pictures.
Ground ball right into the shift for Johnson, and that was the second baseman, K.D. Bennett, playing short. Good move for Coach Mike White.
Man, I don't want to hear nobody give Mike White any compliments. The guy acts like an idiot.
Can't stand that guy. He's such a dork. By the way, we need to get up to 30 likes, everybody. We're almost at 90 in the chat, which is awesome. Thank y'all for being here with us. We love having y'all hanging out with us. If we can get to 30 likes, man, let's do it. Let's get it. I know we can get there. Mexican Queen. What's going on here with Mexican Queen?
Yeah, he's a troll. Fixing to ban him. And Mexican Queen is out of here. He come in earlier under some other Mexican name and was spouting some shit, trying to do some advertising on something that was just random and not really have anything to do with what's going on. If y'all want to advertise in here, y'all need to ask me ahead of time. Hit me up on X at OCF Productions, and you want to sponsor the show, then let me know. I got a few sponsors already, but I'll take another one. Unless you're sponsoring Auntie Louise transgender operation, I ain't doing that shit.
Oh, Auntie Louise.
In his case, since he's a Georgia hedge pitcher, I guess you would call that getting spayed or neutered. I don't know.
He's definitely getting spayed.
He's going to probably get neutered, then get spayed.
Hey, I got to be honest with you. I'm surprised the game is still tied.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Sure.
It shouldn't be.
Well, let's listen to what this dork has to say. He's such a chump, man. Mike White.
To get out of that inning.
It's hard to hit Nyjah Kennedy. I know that. But what can you do? You've left two on base, but what has to happen there?
We got to continue to kind of look for opportunities. I mean, she's very, very good for a reason, and we just got to continue to fight and get pitches we can handle.
All right, they've got your face on a towel back here. Do we approve of this?
I'm stuck with it, so what am I going to do?
Get him an NIL deal.
With a porn stash.
Coach talking about how do you hit
like
Nyjah Kennedy. Well, it's tough because she's got 3 strikeouts on 3 different pitches. The changeup, which just gets you off balance. And then how about the rise ball? She can throw it and thread it through a needle on the upper half. And she's now using this screwball on the outer half to lefties. Just so much movement, late sharp break, spin rate above 2,100. And that's why she gets that late sharp break. So difficult to barrel up.
Part of the order here for Texas. Scott, Atwood, and Mitchell due up. Just a hit batter, Katie Stewart,
I agree
and
with
an
that,
Ashton
Thunder
Maloney single. Those are the only 2 that have gotten aboard through the first 3 innings.
Well, this is a hitter that doesn't strike out. She's only had 8 on the season, had her 9th back in the first inning against Nyjah. And the ever swings and misses.
She's had a hit in 13 of her previous 15 World Series games. Sends that one out to left, and turning around to make the play is Demi Elder, one down.
Demi Elder got lucky on that. She ran 2 steps in, then reacted and went back.
1-0.
Hard hit from Mia Scott.
Here comes Reese Atwood, lined one straight away to center field, her first time up. Maya Davis was there. Jess, she talked to us yesterday about hitting through the ball.
Yeah, she was just going straight to the ball and then ending her swing. So kind of coming out of it. You almost have to think 3 balls through the ball. So not just getting the contact, but almost imagine there's 3 more balls past it. And that's what you got to do against Nyjah Kennedy. And you guys, she smoked it her last at bat. 75 miles an hour to center field with 2 strikes.
Yeah, if that had any lift on it, it could have left the yard.
Yeah.
Back-to-back 20 home run seasons. twice a first-team All-American.
Oh, she's mad. She's mad.
Yeah.
That was a changeup. I think she was ready for it. Reese Atwood does a good job a lot of times of recognizing. It's little things with Nyjah you have to pick up. And with the off speed, there is little nuances with her windup that you can tell when she's throwing that changeup. Grip out of the hand, arm speed. Reese picked it right there, but missed it.
Well, she missed it to me. She fouled it off.
Kennedy with a couple of shakes. And now we'll bring it in a little knuckleball, and charging is Linda Booth. And makes the play. 2 down.
That's what I'm talking about. What you pausing for? That shit was out.
Freshman left side, solid so far.
We got to
for
ban
Texas
another
Tech.
scammer.
These plays are difficult. This is a changeup off the end of the bat. Linda Muth is coming a long way. She was back behind the bag, has to throw off the run. Look at the way she's going to get this. Nice throw over to Allred at first.
I can see now I'm going
Let's
to
check out
having
the
to get
positioning of
someone to
Jolie
be like
Mitchell.
the,
We've talked about most
a moderator.
of these hitters against
Yeah.
high heat or way back in the box. Jolie prefers to be way up.
You're crazy, girl. 3 feet closer. And I love it. This is Jolie Mitchell, though. This is what she does. She's done it this entire World Series. She's had 3 home runs. And the point of it for her is she's got great hands, and she wants to get to the ball before it breaks. That rise ball is lethal, and that extra couple feet, she's hoping to get to it before it does its thing. But rare do you see against velocity anyone move up in the box.
Did it against Carlin Pickens, and she just felt like it was going to be easier for her to get to speed than to chase movement.
One-two pitch from Kennedy.
And
Fouls off the chain.
Yeah, that's the vulnerability. When you're in the upper part of the box, is that you have less time to decipher between hard and soft, right? So you've got to be
Almost
able to at
up
least
to
foul off
100
those sorts of
watchers.
pitches.
Yeah, they just saw Carlin Pickens
I
in the
think we're up to-
semifinals with Tennessee, who throws it regularly at
26
75
likes. We're almost
miles an
to 30.
hour.
Come on, 4 more likes. 4 more likes.
And there is the smoke from Nyjah
Whoa.
Kennedy, strikeout number 4, and a 1-2.
But like Kilbree said, y'all please hit the like button. We got almost 100 people in here, and we've only got 26 likes. It only takes 2 seconds. It's free. Also, subscribe to the channel. It's free as well.
Make
Just let
sure
you
you
know when we're up and
subscribe.
on the air.
Definitely. Make sure you subscribe because we're going to do this all throughout the year. We'll watch a lot of college sports, hang out with the Outlaw Posse. So definitely subscribe to the show and hit that, that alarm bell, that reminder so that you
You hit the bell.
notification.
Hit the subscribe and the bell button. It lets you know when we're up and on the air. And if you hit that like button, it helps push the algorithm, and it brings more people in here to the party. YouTube looks at me very favorably when you hit that like button. So please hit the like button. Won't take very long. I promise. It won't hurt.
28 likes. We're getting close. I need 2
And
more.
subscribing.
2 more likes.
Subscribing
Come
sounds
on,
like you're paying for something, but the subscribing, you're not paying for anything. It's absolutely free. Like I said earlier.
You get
Just a way of
free
letting y'all know when
entertainment.
we're up and on the air.
Free entertainment from Outlaw and the Killer.
I think YouTube's making out big time on us. Because they don't really pay us anything for this. They pay me a small amount. And Kilbreeze just gets on here because he likes it. So one day maybe I'll be able to pay him something.
I ain't worried about that. I am not worried about that. Did you
But
see
we're-
that?
We're definitely the common Joe. And if y'all
Did you
want
see-
to hang out with people that are not stuck up, we're the ones to do it with.
Did you see Cole Kublik's rankings of the top defensive lines in the SEC?
I did not.
He actually put Oklahoma number 1.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was surprised. And from his own words, he says it's not even close. Now, he's just basing that off of returning production and mostly on returning production. But I was surprised. I didn't expect that.
Anthony and Robin K says, I'm surprised the Texas Tech pitcher isn't exhausted. She pitched a lot lately.
Dude, she's pitched every game. That's their thing. I mean, she pitched every game in the regionals. She pitched every game in the super regionals. She's pitched every game in the World Series. Now, in the World Series, other than the championship series, as long as you don't lose en route to the championship, you can get away with that because you get days of rest. In the championship series, you don't. But you don't get days of rest in the regional, and you don't get days of rest in the super regional. Texas Tech hasn't trailed in a game this whole tournament, dude. They have gotten the lead and kept it the whole tournament. That's how good Kennedy's been pitching. So
if it gets to a third game, it'd be interesting to see if she can pitch 3 days straight.
Hey, Carlin Pickens for Tennessee pitched 3 days straight against Nebraska. So did Jordy Ball for Nebraska, and Pickens won.
Well, it's like you explained. It's a lot harder in baseball to do that because the way they pitch the ball. It's not as much stress. Because I was wondering the same thing. I was new to softball, and they explained it to me that there's a lot less stress on the arm pitching underhanded as opposed to overhanded.
It doesn't put the same stress on your shoulder. So that's why they can pitch a lot more. Pitch count is not nearly as big a deal in terms of potentially damaging their arm. It's really more just about them getting tired.
Threat for either side so far.
Charlene Humphreys is in the house. He's all the way from Belize, California.
Hits, first and second batters of the game, and then settled in. And, those first couple hits were rise ball. They've been going back more drop ball and off speed.
Cool to see Tegan, who is the daughter of a pitcher. Her mom, Teresa, pitched in her younger days. And when Tegan was coming up, she gives a shout out to her brother Luke. He was the catcher for her before she started zinging it at 70 miles an hour. Little flare out towards Stewart on the run, and Katie gets there. One down. Hey, the Women's College World Series Championship Finals continues. Oh, come on. Are you going to go to the funnel cakes? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Don't throw that one out. You can send
that's still good. Hey, for more information on Game 2, it'll be tomorrow night. Go to NCAA.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Don't be skimpy with the powdered sugar.
Extra.
Never show us a funnel cake if you want her to read a promo.
Game 2 tomorrow night at 8 Eastern on ESPN. If we go to a Game 3 Friday night, that will be same bat time, same bat channel.
Yummy.
Double entendre. Here's Logan Holloman. We got our first pinch hitter of the day. Logan will hit for Valdez, and that will scoot away from Katie Bennett. And a one-out base runner.
Good pinch hit by the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
A lot of times in a pitcher's duel, it comes down to who makes the first mistake, and this is going to be an error off of the glove of Katie Bennett. Struck well, but right at her. Definitely playable. I think if she gets her whole body in front of this instead of going down to a knee to backhand it.
That's the Texas I know and love.
Make that play.
My bad. She's from Belize, the country in Central America. I knew that there was a country in Central America
Reagan Jennings
called Belize, but when you put CA,
so Jerry
I thought
Glasgow
possibly
playing
there
some
was a
hunches,
city
maybe
in
playing some
California called
percentages
Belize.
here.
But yeah, I've heard of Belize.
Of course, women's college
It's
softball,
down there
the
below
re-entry rule,
Guatemala,
you
correct?
can be lifted once and come back into the game. So it's Reagan Jennings.
Hey, I see what shirt you got
Can
on.
they put some more pressure on the Texas defense?
Look at that going right here. Look. See that? See that?
I like it. I like it.
Just their second base runner since
Y'all be
that
telling my
first
Alabama
inning.
people in Tuscaloosa, man, they'll hang me from a tree out here.
Jerry Glasgow not afraid to use his bench. In fact, he's used this entire team throughout the postseason. If you're a bench player, you're going to see game time.
Yeah.
You're going to come in. Just throughout the course of the season, he has messed with the lineup in a bunch of different ways. 9 different players in the 2 spot, 11 different, these are main parts of your line, 11 different cleanup hitters. How about 16 different players in that 7 hole?
Runner goes, the throw from Atwood.
Oh, she's out.
Not even close, Reese.
Yeah, that wasn't even close. They got her ass
Players
easy.
down to get Holloman, 2 out.
Reese Atwood is just so quick. Her pop time off the charts. Look at how quickly Leanne Good, she is in front of the bag. That is out by 2 steps. Atwood, one of the best in the business. You look at the emotion. Leanne Good, loving it.
It might be challenging. I don't know if it's possible obstruction, if they're asking if Leanne Good was in the path.
Yeah, they are. They may want to look here at whether or not she was in
Ruling
front
on
of
the
the
field
base.
is out at second base. Texas Tech is challenging that ruling. The play is under review.
Hey, Charlene, hit that like button if you don't mind. Share me out to your friends.
All right, so the call on the field is out. That erases the base runner, and now the review to see if there's obstruction.
We'll take Central America, too. Hell, even Honduras,
And we're going to bring in our rules analyst,
Belize,
Christy
El
Cornwell.
Salvador, anybody.
So what they're going to be looking on at this play is whether or not we had obstruction
Little
by the
Reeves, favorite team, the
defense. So they're
Nagasaki
looking at
Egg
her
Rolls,
left foot, blocking any
Tokyo
part of that
Tech
leading
crab
edge
cakes.
before she had possession of the ball.
Christy, is there also an element here of a throw? You are allowed as a defender to follow that throw if it carries you into the base path.
Yes, that's correct. So the key element there is she has to catch the ball before planting her foot. The throw has to take her into the path, and this is going to be 50-50 on that. It's real close.
Well, and Christy, what about the out by
by a
mile,
yes.
basically, out by 2 steps?
That rule only applies if she has not yet begun her slide. So you can see here the runner is already in her slide before the defense moves in to catch that ball. So clearly out would not apply in this case.
We've seen some obstruction calls here that, well, softball fans have not been thrilled with. I'm guessing most softball fans would say, let this one lie at out number 2.
Because in this case, Leanne Good didn't prevent her from getting to second
No.
base. She was already getting tagged. And that's where I think
That's
the
a
rule needs to come
dumbass
into play. The whole
challenge.
point of obstruction is I am obstructing you from getting to this bag. But she caught it, tagged her, she's out. I get she's starting her slide, but she was getting nowhere near that bag, regardless of where Leanne Good's standing.
Watch them call it safe after I said that.
After review, due to obstruction, she
Oh,
is at second
shit.
base. That is Texas Tech's first challenge.
Oh, oh,
Nice,
I agree
nice.
with that. I'm
I
just going to say,
think
my
Texas got
opinion
home.
is that that is not obstruction, and
I agree with the announcers. That's not
you know, we
obstruction.
can't take
That's gonna
opportunities
be
away from the
huge.
players to be able to
I
make
could,
the
it couldn't
tag.
happen to a better team,
Yeah, she's
though,
going to
right?
the ball, and I think they need to change the rule. If it's where you start the slide, I think subjectively for the call to be made, was she obstructing the runner, you would say no.
No, she was not.
It's the
So that's a
runner-
big break
it's the
here for
runner's
Texas
job
Tech.
to run through the
Instead of 2
defender, ain't
outs, nobody on. They've got the go-ahead run in scoring position with 1 out.
it? No.
And Reagan Jennings, the pinch hitter, still at the plate.
Reese Atwood very fired up behind the plate, still shaking her head. I mean, she made a terrific
Hit that like
play.
button.
Throw out a very speedy runner.
Hit it. There you.
Now can Tech capitalize?
That's what it comes down to. I mean, you don't want to be talking about that play, but when it's a pitcher's duel, it's every little thing. Her being safe when she was out is a big, big call in this game.
Boy, and salt in the wound. Good ends up getting an error on that play. Big moment here in a pitcher's duel that one play can decide it. Full count to Jennings. Can Kavan induce an out here? And she does. Good with the catch. 2 outs. And now a hitter that puts as much pressure on a defense as anybody. Maya Davis back to the leadoff spot coming up.
And Maya Davis has had the best at-bat so far for Texas Tech. And I think if you're Texas, obviously Haley Toney behind her in the 2 spot is good, but you can't let Davis beat you.
Citlali Gutierrez, who has been their top reliever out of the bullpen all year, is loosening up. In game 1, best 2 out of 3 for the national championship. Kavan talking with Patty Ruth Taylor, their pitching coach. Kristen Zaleski, Steve Singleton, the rest of their staff. Bases loaded, got out of it in the first inning, did Texas defensively, and a 1-out walk, stranded in the 3rd, so they do not have a hit with a runner in scoring position. Davis singled in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, took a look at 9 pitches from Kavan.
She's had great at-bats against Tegan Kavan. First pitch swinging down the line to left field, and then battled her for that walk.
Davis, and that will drop in. Texas Tech has the lead.
Here it is.
RBI single for Maya Davis.
Wreck 'em. Game over. Wreck 'em. Wreck 'em.
Maya Davis. By the way, she was pinch hit for earlier in this World
That
Series.
She's
been struggling. Now she's just
Texas
been
lose.
on
Texas
fire
gonna
in this
be
game, and
really
she
mad
takes a
about
pitch
that
that's up and
reverse.
in. Off her hands, just gets enough to get it to the grass with 2 outs. Halleman on her horse to come around and score the first run of this game.
Davis with a huge RBI, and it's 1-0 Tech. Here in the top of the 5th. Haley Toney gloved by Mitchell, and that will end the inning and let the controversy begin. The base runner that got a second life comes in to score, and Texas Tech has the lead.
Yeah, man, Texas is going to have a serious beef if they lose by 1 run. That was, to me, that was a really questionable reversal.
Can you hear that rain?
Raining over there? You
Can
raining?
you hear anything?
Are you raining?
Do you hear it?
No.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
So,
hear no
yeah.
rain. I just think
That's,
that was I don't like Texas, but that looked like a bad reversal to me.
Well, she was in the middle of the base path, man. Like, where was she supposed to? She's supposed to stand with her foot on the out, wherever the base is running, the inside of the base of the runner's path, so that they have a clear shot at the base.
It might have cost them the game. The way this game's being played, they're gonna be bitching about it for real after the game if they lose by 1.
Yeah.
It was pretty iffy. The announcers were saying that they didn't think it was obstruction. You hear me? Can you hear me? Killer Breeze?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Nah, hold on. What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
No, I can hear you well now.
Okay.
I can hear you really well now.
Let me know if it's too noisy on my end and I can mute.
They're going to have a serious beef after the game, man, if they lose by 1. The announcer said it didn't look like obstruction to them, the announcers for the game.
Well, she looked like she was right in the middle of the base path to me. I mean, I could see it going either way. She was clearly out. It was a great throw. But I mean, look, she's standing in the middle of the base path. Where is she supposed to? How is she? She's supposed to have a clear line to the base. That's what she's supposed to have. You have to provide her with a clear line to the base. And I don't think she got that.
Well, how come they don't make them do that on home? How come they don't make them do that on home plate?
They do. You can get called for they. In fact, unless I'm remembering something, that happened to Oklahoma.
People slam into the catchers all the time because they're in the middle of the plate.
If you cannot stand right in front of the plate. Now you can if you're on the plate, which you have the right to. They both have the right to the bag, but you have to give the runner. Unless I'm wrong, my understanding is you have to give the runner.
It might be just at home plate
to the bag.
You might be able to. You might be allowed to obstruct home plate, and not the other bases.
I don't think so, man, because I feel like Oklahoma was called for obstruction on not that long ago at home plate.
Maybe if you run up the baseline or something, I don't know.
And I thought it was BS. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I think the throw brought her up the baseline, so she ended up being in front of the plate a little bit, and got called for obstruction.
Well, and even from the camera angles, you couldn't really tell 100% that her foot was in the line. That's, I think, what is disturbing, is that you don't have that over-the-top look. But now they're going to have to figure out a way to get on and try to create some havoc themselves. We talked about it. Who makes the first mistake, right? Yep. Who gets the lucky break?
And don't let it take the energy.
We're over 100
That's the biggest thing, is they got quiet real quick, and now being able to have that leadership, to be able to have those voices of, you're still in this game, you got to score runs to win.
Yep.
Kennedy's got her here 0-2. Tried to get her to chase away. Nice ball up and out at 69 miles an hour from Nyjah. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility. She goes back-to-back and could go 3 straight days if need be for Tech. She's done it before. Shakes off a couple of pitches there. And gets good to pop it up and almost caught. Valdez lost her glove, popped off her hand as she smacked into the dugout door.
Valdez has done a great job of being able to handle Nyjah Kennedy's pitches, but also being a difference maker. Look at the way she's going to go up and over. Loses the glove into the dugout. Kayla Kowalik, who's one of the assistant coaches, has done a great job for Texas Tech to really work with Victoria Valdez to become an elite catcher.
Swing and a miss at the rise for Kennedy. That's her 5th strikeout, 2 down.
Well, Nyjah with that 72 mile an hour. How about a spin rate of almost 2,500 on that rise ball? Valdez giving some love to Nyjah.
What you got, Holly?
Well, you talk about Nyjah pitching back-to-back days and keeping that velocity at a high level. There is a good reason why she stays strong in the circle. I was talking to their strength coach, Tyler Cook, and he said she is the first one to always ask for extra conditioning work. She's doing a ton of sled work where they have an empty sled that's 75 pounds, and she is pushing it. They add 10-pound plates, get it up to 95 pounds.
Hunter launches one deep down the line and foul.
Wow. Wow.
Almost buried that changeup in the left field seats.
That's gotta hurt.
This looked fair live too. Look how close this is going to be to go foul.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh man.
And
All
right
Mike
after we
White
got
talks about with his
screwed by the
DPs is
umpires,
just give me
too.
quality at-bats. That was a quality swing right there, but now it's 0-2.
You might be able to eliminate the changeup, which could be a win. I would be surprised if Nyjah goes back to it anyway because she's got that much confidence.
She does. She'll just throw it in a different spot. A little bit lower, a little bit slower. Being ahead 0-2, she's able to juice a couple rise balls at the top of the zone before she comes back to use that pitch.
Rise ball got away from her, full count.
That rattled her a bit. I think she thought it was a home run off the bat as well. You can tell she's a little more amped up the last 3 pitches.
Well, remember,
deep
it was
breath.
a changeup. She gave up a home run to Oklahoma as well.
Full count. The change up, and Hunter pops it up to Tony. A dicey moment, but no damage done. 1-0 Texas Tech.
Man.
That sucks.
Man.
2 heart-wrenching moments of the game for the Texas Longhorns. One time the ump screwed them, and now they get a home run that just barely missed.
Yeah, man.
Look, man, we got 120 people in here. We got 120 people and we got 31 likes. That's a little bit of a discrepancy. If y'all mind, jump out and hit that like button and subscribe button. They're all free. Promise. We're not going to charge you. We're not going to charge you at all. We just need to get this party crunk, man.
Come on. Crystal Lopez is in the house. We were just talking about you, Crystal. Where were you? We needed you in the house when Oklahoma was playing Texas Tech. We wanted some Crystal Lopez. Were we not, Jesse? Were we not asking about Crystal Lopez?
We were. I asked about her 4 or 5 times, actually. She might have thought I was stalking her. Damn, man. Let me ask you, Crystal Lopez, since you're a softball expert, and try to put your Texas Longhorn hatred aside. I think Killer Breeze is letting that get the best of them here. Was that blocking the base? Was that really a good call to reverse that? Was it obstruction? She says she's at the game live. Can you hear me? Killer Breeze is having technical difficulties. We cannot hear you. Crystal Lopez says the obstruction rule is a shit rule, but tonight I'll take it. Yeah, you're going to get some, you're going to lose some. That's what I said. It's like, yeah, it was a bad call, but it'll probably even itself out eventually. They'll make some bad calls against Texas Tech. I think you're having some technical difficulties, Killer Breeze. All right, we're fixing to come back up to bat. If y'all don't mind, before we go back live to this game, hit that like button and the subscribe button. They're all absolutely free. It just gets the party bigger, larger, crunk. Helps me with the YouTube algorithm, all that good shit. And it helps keep the likes on, helps me keep this party going. So hit that like button and the subscribe button.
Continue their streak. They have not trailed yet this postseason. And for Texas, after that, a very emotional play. Both Mike White and Steve Singleton were in the dugout between innings telling them to get back up. They lost their energy a little bit after the call went against them. And Mike White reminding his troops, hey, move on. We still have outs to work with.
Steelers having technical difficulties in a lightning storm there. He'll be back in just a second, Fred.
Allred, Kennedy, and Langoliers due up here for Texas Tech.
Seeing a whole lot of hard contact too. The couple hits that we've seen, just ground balls kind of gotten through the infield. Tegan Cavan doing a good job of missing barrels. Kind of how the Red Raiders roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put the ball in play, make some crazy stuff happen.
Yeah, they're not going to always smoke it. I mean, 60 home runs on the year for the team. Nyjah has 11 of them.
No,
that
actually,
leads the team.
I guess he's not too bad. Yes, Mike White's not too bad.
Remarkable how they have turned this around in a single season
Anthony
with the
will too.
arrival of Glasgow. Then all the transfers actually came in before Nyjah did.
Mike White is
And then
not
they
that
added
bad of a
her
guy, man.
to
Y'all
the
quit picking
lineup.
on Mike White.
Smashing all kinds of school records. It's the best season they've ever had. Ground ball there to Mitchell. This was a program with only 11 winning seasons in 27 years. They actually discontinued for a decade. And Jerry Glasgow is their 10th different coach in 3 decades. But with the portal, with the transfers, with the NIL deal of over $1 million for the player right here at the plate, they are playing for a national championship right away.
Well, and I think it speaks volumes to Coach Glasgow, just how likable of a coach he is.
Here is Kennedy. Jerry spent a lot of time showing her videos of other hitters. She's from Topeka, Kansas. So she got a little bit of Albert Pujols. She got a little bit of George Brett for you old timers out there. Going Cardinals and Royals.
I think the biggest thing was giving her an understanding of how to hit. She had always been successful in high school just swinging the bat, but just really understanding counts, understanding kind of the reverse of what she does to opponents. And she said, I had to learn failure too, because as a pitcher, I mean, shoot, she's always successful. And she's like, I had to learn how to handle that. But she's had so much fun swinging the bat, being able to help herself out. It's a big reason why she wanted to be at Tech.
Not just knowing she's going to be penciled in to be able to hit, even when she's not pitching. That's a big part of it.
We did ask her, by the way, point blank in our interviews yesterday, you going to be back at Texas Tech next year? And she said, I'm coming back.
Well, of course. Your pro league don't pay them much.
She'll have one more season of eligibility.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cavan trying to sit her down for the 3rd straight time. Hit into a double play in the 1st, struck out in the 4th.
Right.
Good frame there by Atwood. Pulled that one into the zone.
Thank you, Breeze.
What's that?
You know what we used to do in Tuscaloosa when it was storming like that?
What's that?
Look at that.
Used to get
Hit
Nick
as
Saban
many
to go out
home
and film
runs
the
as she's
sports.
allowed.
Exactly. Look at the batting average again.
Because he's a football
And a
god.
ball to short. Leanne Good stays down on it. 2 out. That is the 10th ground ball out for Tegan Cavan tonight.
Oh, she's just so versatile, right? We see her with a lot of rise ball earlier in this World Series. They smoked the first couple rise balls she throws back in that 1st inning. They're like, all right, change of plans. Let's go to the down ball. Let's roll some ground balls. And she has.
Alexa Langoliers, the senior from Keller, Texas. Shout out to all the Athletics. If they're watching in the clubhouse tonight, her brother Shay is a major leaguer. Hey, fellas.
All right, Lane.
Real proud of his sister.
Tell me what
That's
info.
right.
Send it to me. Where do you want to send it?
Fly ball out to left center. Henry will call for it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the 6th. This
game went up 1-0.
Man, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. I thought for sure that Texas Tech would have scored some runs by now. I mean, I really did.
All right, make that sales pitch for me that you make for me.
Lane with a $10 donation to the show, saying Parker had an impressive junior season, leading Pensacola to the Class 2A state title game, receiving a 2023 Gatorade Player of the Year honors, and finishing with a 16-1 record and an 0.26 ERA. I like it.
Who exactly?
Yeah, we have a crazy recruit.
Are you talking about Ella Parker?
No. I don't think so.
Who's he talking about?
I think he's talking about a recruit.
Okay. I appreciate the $10 donation, Lane 2268. If y'all want to get your comments pushed to the top and read out immediately, all you got to do is hit that $money sign at the bottom like Lane did. Then write your comment and then hit it a second time to send. Don't hit it a second time before you write your comment out or you won't get your money's worth. But I appreciate the hell out of that, Lane. Yeah, I'll cover my face up for a little bit. How about that? But Crystal said she's actually at the game. She had to split. She was probably at the game the other night, too. That's probably why she's on here. So, got 114 people up in here. I'll let you throw that sales pitch that you always throw. You throw it better than I do.
Well, we're almost to 50 likes. We're at 49, so we got to get one more to 50. But, man, we got to push this thing. We need 150 people in the chat, and we need to hit 75 likes, man. We need to get that number to 75. We can do it. Y'all help us out.
And YouTube would really like that. They would. We're
trying to grow the show. We're trying to have watch-alongs all year long.
There's that call. They're going to be going back to that all day long.
I mean, dude, look at where she tags her. Her arm is clearly across the base path. That's one of those calls people are going to debate on that forever. No one's going to agree.
You're right. I'm not a big softball connoisseur, so that's why I asked Crystal. She said it's a bullshit call both ways, but it's something that happens, and she said she would take it.
There you go.
All right, let me put the game back up live.
She has never beaten Tegan Cavan head-to-head. 0 for 3 on both counts. Here's Vanessa Quiroga, pinch hitter in the 9 spot in the order.
Kind of feels like Texas's best chance is a home run, just running into one. So Vanessa Quiroga comes into this game as a pinch hitter because that's exactly what Mike White wants. Get barrel on ball to try to tie this thing up.
And Nyjah knows exactly what she wants to throw. She wants to hammer Quiroga on that outer half. You can see her shaking a couple times to
this game ends up 1-0, man.
She is comfortable going low and outside, screwball to lefties, rise balls to lefty on that arm side.
Kennedy gets the strikeout, number 6, 1 down, and it's the top of the order, 3rd time through.
Well, here it is, pitch on the outer half. This one's the rise ball. Earlier in the count, she was
rise ball,
screw ball, then rise ball, but a lot of hop, a lot of spin rate on that 71-mile-an-hour rise ball. Just giving some love to Valdez, the two of them shaking at times.
And that was Auntie Louise. He would hit that ball.
She has really handcuffed this Texas lineup. Top 5 in the order have only been on base once. It's a swing and miss on Maloney, 71 miles an hour. Your reaction time in the box is comparable to a 100-mile-an-hour pitch from a Major League Baseball player. Look at the first pitch strikes, 15 of them.
Just trying to get inside the batter's box against Nyjah Kennedy. It's hard to describe, but honestly, because of the fact she's such a strong attacking pitcher, that rise ball is her best pitch, the changeup down. But really, if you're in that batter's box, you have hardly any time to react to what she's going to throw you.
By the way, Ashton Maloney does have that one hit for the top of the order tonight. Singled in the third, advanced to second on a wild pitch. She is the only runner in scoring position all night.
Hang on. Left.
And are they going to call an illegal pitch there?
You do it?
And put a ball up on the board, 1-2.
Illegal pitch, what's that?
Maloney chopping wood. Shadows foul.
And I think that's what Texas needs to do right now. I mean, with all the velocity, the movement that Nyjah has, it's just about catching the ball with the barrel. She's going to supply the power. You just got to, as you said, Jess, just run into it.
Can't have a big swing against her.
The bigger swing that you have, the more you play into her hand as a dominating pitcher.
Strikeout number 7 for Kennedy, 2 down.
Well, Nyjah Kennedy, she's done it a whole different ways. I want to take you inside the batter's box. This is what it's like, folks, to face Nyjah. Have a little change piece to start it out, and then it's been up in the zone. Rise ball, screwball. These lefties have had a hard time. Did you see the velo with that movement? No, thank you. Starting at the bell, ending up above the zone. Not just velocity, you guys, but movement as well.
Caden Henry against Kennedy, who can strike out the side here in the bottom of the 6th.
That's a bag call.
She's been using that rise ball effectively, a changeup, screwball. The changeup is deceptive because even though she's got just the one strikeout on it, she uses it at least once or twice per at bat. So she's using it more as a setup pitch tonight than a strikeout pitch. And that's why Nyjah's hard to hit, because she legitimately does have 3 different types of pitches she can strike you out at, and she'll use them in multiple of different orders.
11 of the 14 pitches this inning is strikes, so efficient. Henry lifts that one out to left and foul.
She was almost the second base.
Come off your plant leg at the corner. That was what your legal
normally
pitch
a
was.
single, but for Caden Henry,
That
that's a
lane.
2-bagger.
It has been tough sledding against Kennedy, who's won 16 straight decisions. She's 10-0 in this postseason. Struck out the side 21 times this year. Her wins total #1, her ERA #1 in the country. And that one will find some grass in left. And Texas has the tying run aboard.
And that seems great and everything, but it's going to mean nothing when Kennedy gets the very next batter out of the plate.
This is just a beautiful piece of hitting. Showed you what it's like to be in the batter's box. Smitty, you said it. Just get to contact. A rise ball up and away. It's a great pitch. She just meets it, greets it to left field. Another rare hit against Nyjah.
Mia, the senior leader of this Texas side.
You need to hit a home run here.
Runner goes, and a stolen base for Henry.
You need a home run because you need
And
both
Mia can
runs
tie it
here.
up or take the lead with one swing.
In softball, you're not allowed to throw back to first base to the pitching man, are you?
Kaden Henry's great
Yeah.
jump getting
Yeah,
down
you
to the
can.
bag. I mean, one of the fastest.
No.
Teams
From the
with the
pitcher's
runner left
from the
on
circle,
time.
no.
Texas Tech is
Yeah, 'cause I know you
challenging
can in
that ruling.
baseball.
They're under review.
To keep them from stealing. You can
33rd
throw
Yeah, I
to
don't
first base.
if
Keep
she
them
is
I don't think they've
safe.
done
Base.
softball.
That sort of sucks for the pitcher. Especially the catcher, man. It puts a lot of
I
pressure
think
on the
it's
catcher.
curious because her foot's actually to the left of the, or to the right of the bag. And she doesn't leave early as far as it being lifted off when it's at release. Her foot's still down. It's just making sure she's touching the bag.
Seeing that a lot more now, players standing alongside the base.
The ruling on the field has been upheld. Runner is safe. That is Tech's second challenge.
This is the game. It feels like it. Texas right now, they got one of their best hitters up who's had 5 hits against Nyjah. Runner in scoring position. This is going to be their best opportunity if they want to win this game.
Now, Reese Atwood, who you normally wouldn't want to pitch to, is in the on-deck circle hitless in the postseason. Do you still throw to Mia Scott?
Atwood, her first at bat, she lined smoked the ball to center.
These are their 2 best hitters. I mean, pick your poison.
It's tough. It is pick your poison.
One of their career leaders in hits, batting average, stolen bases, runs scored. She had a game earlier this year, senior day. She played all 9 positions on the field. As Atwood looks on, 0-2 to Mia Scott. The change just drops it down on the dirt. And everybody's safe. And so Reese Atwood, the catcher who threw out the would-be base stealer in the 5th inning, and the play got reversed. Frustration all around, and now she has a chance to do something about it.
Watch Mia Scott just stop her back. Like literally fooled. Her whole body is fooled on the changeup, and then she stops her bat to make contact and get a hit. This is the only way you're hitting Nyjah Kennedy, and Mia Scott, another hit for her.
Go ahead, run aboard now for Texas.
They're going to walk her.
Mia Scott will go ahead and take second base, uncontested.
It's a really smart
It's
call.
an interesting walk, though. It's pitches above the strike zone, not pitches outside the strike zone.
I think she's missed both her. The last one was almost a strike. There it is. This is a smart call. Reese Atwood, a home run leader for Texas, one of the best hitters that you're going to see in Texas history. You don't want her to beat you. I get it. Jolie Mitchell, who's on deck, has 3 home runs here at the series.
Look at that. Stupid idiot. Wow.
What the hell was that? I thought they were trying to walk
That's the
her.
dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I thought they were trying to walk her.
They were, but she kept throwing it over the strike zone, like over the plate. She did that a couple of times.
I mean,
That
in
was
baseball,
stupid.
in baseball, don't they stretch their arm out over here and do it?
Kidding me right
In
now.
baseball,
3-0, they're walking you. And she saw 2 pitches that were close to the zone. So what did Reese Atwood say? I dare you. I dare you to bring another one close.
Mitchell grounds to short, and that ends the inning. But instead of pitching way outside the zone, they continued to throw, attempting to throw above the zone. And now I think
Ruling on the field
Texas is going to
out at first
challenge.
base. Texas is challenging that ruling. The play is under review.
thought they were out of challenges.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
I ain't never seen
What a
a shit
wild
like
moment.
that before.
Just when we thought we'd seen it all.
Call's going to be upheld. I think she's out at first. I can't get over this right now. Reese Atwood
That's going to be upheld.
Julie Mitchell out at first. The inning should end, but oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, just recognizing that they.
I've never seen that before, dude. I've never seen a pitcher that's intentionally walking a batter and continue to throw the ball over the plate. I think that was her being cocky and trying to somehow maybe still get her out. What in the hell was that?
I'd never seen nothing like it. I know in baseball, it's obvious. They just put their hand out way to the left or right, and they just throw it outside the zone in baseball, right?
That's just the dumbest shit. I'm pulling for the horns now, man. That's
pretty damn stupid, wasn't it? That's probably the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Kennedy, that's one of Kennedy's problems, though. She's arrogant.
She's a little arrogant.
Kennedy's arrogant. So she was being funny there, you know. That was dumb. I'm pulling for the Longhorns now, dude. I don't like that. Well, look at this.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you're trying to ball somebody out, why would you do that?
That was at least the second, maybe the third time she did that. The very first pitch for the intentional walk, I thought was close to being over the plate.
Yeah, that's what the announcer said. It's like she's getting awfully close to the strike zone to be trying to throw a walk. Why would you do that?
I've never seen that before.
Maybe
in my life.
if Crystal was in here, she could answer us. I don't understand that shit.
Well, you know what? Tech deserves to lose now. They're at least losing this game. They're about to lose this game. They're not gonna. There's no way they're gonna score 3 runs. 2. They're not even gonna score 2 to tie it. There's no way.
But it's 2-1.
No, they don't. Oh, that's right. They do have a run right now.
Yeah,
that's right. I forgot about that. No, you're right. Well, I don't see it happening.
Chino Barrera's in the house, and he said, "Go Horns." He's got the hook 'em and fire. We're going to have some Texas people start filtering in here now for sure. That's usually what happens, right?
Oh, yeah. Now that they're winning.
There you go. Get him, kill him. You got on about that last night, too, or the other night when they was playing y'all. They started filtering in when they got the lead.
Yeah.
Thunder OU Sooner says she was being cocky against OU when they hit a 2-run home run against her, the same way what she's doing right now against the Long Turds. He said that she pulled the same kind of stuff against Oklahoma.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't like her. I mean, I just didn't want to say that because it was going to look like I was just. But I think she sucks in terms of her. I like. When 2 years ago at the World Series, when Jordy Ball was still pitching for OU, they had a classic game that Oklahoma won 1-0. And she was a freshman, I think, at the time. And she was so cocky during that game, just talking mad noise after every time she got someone out, which, she's not the only one that does that, but just the way she does it, I don't know, man. It just comes off as annoying as F. To me.
If they lose this game, that shit's gonna come back to home.
She. That's all on her. That is all on her.
This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. That bad call sort of evens out now.
Yeah, see that she's a dumbass, dude. She is an absolute dumbass. There's no way. There's no way the coach called that. No way. Oh, look at this. Here goes Texas choke. Here goes Texas going all Texas on us.
Remember, they have 3 infielders, no second baseman. All their infielders are now pulled to the left side. She hits it right to them, but hard enough. 73 miles an hour off the bat. Leanne Good could not handle it. 4th error of the night for Texas. And now the tying run is aboard. Demi Elder. There she is as a youngster.
Pre-game, the coaching staff put all their childhood photos on the back wall of the dugout and said, play for that little girl and all of you. And now Elder, fittingly the senior, the one that's been around the longest. Their leader.
Monroe U Center says, and
will take you back
Texas
a couple
to win.
nights,
Look at all those long
after
turds saying
Oklahoma hit a
celebrate.
home run to tie the game. Demi gathered the team together and said, all you coaches, get out of here. And she led.
I can't say your last name, Anna.
This game isn't over.
But she says it's crazy how people have no clue of when they're
and
being
they
annoying.
rallied to walk it off and beat Oklahoma in the 7th. Can they
This is
score
talking about
again
that
in the
picture.
top of the 7th to tie it up or take the lead tonight?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what he does. Typically, you would think, all right, possible bunt situation, but remember, he has already pinch hit for his 8 and 9 hitters.
Ball. Yeah, you're moving a runner into scoring position for the bottom of your lineup. When Demi Elder, you want to trust her bat. Since returning from a quad injury, this team is 30-3. You talked about her leadership, Beth. It's also been her bat, her defense, so much that she brings this Tech team.
1-0 from Tegan Cavan, who still has not given up an earned run here at the World Series. 1 down, 2 outs for Texas Tech to work with. Game 1, best of 3 in the finals.
Looks like another pinch hitter coming up.
Anya German will come up, the freshman from Austin. How about this moment for her?
Well, and this means that Victoria Valdez is going to be burned. She would not come back. She would not be able to come back in
and catch.
Correct.
So you're burning your catcher, who's been a force for Nyjah behind the plate.
12, hold on, 12.
German 294 on the season, 14 runs batted in. Wearing the number 12 jersey. As Holly Rowe reported, sometimes Jerry Glasgow plays a hunch. His late daughter, Jerry Ann, wore that number 12 jersey when she played in college.
Ball.
They've talked about feeling her presence all week here in OKC. Anya's a 400 hitter as a pinch hitter as Nyjah Kennedy looks on. Her teammates picked her up at the plate in the semifinals. Got the game-winning run in for her. In for a strike from Cavan.
That's a big-time pitch for Cavan at a 2-0 deficit to come back on the inner half.
Their teammates told her, don't be fooled by the expression on her face. It's the fire in her belly in these big moments for Tegan. And now a 2-strike count.
Ball.
Full count.
See, Reese wanted that, held it there an extra beat and a half.
Called strike 3, and the runner goes, and a stolen base for Johnson to get into scoring position with
That
2
didn't look like a
outs.
strike, man. That looked like a strike to you.
So Tegan Cavan on
It
a
was a strike.
3-2 count
Didn't
comes
look like
back
one.
on the inner half. This rise ball's going to catch it.
Look, ball
Atwood
over
is
the back.
throwing down, but look at Cavan. She's going to snatch it. And Atwood, with such a strong arm, is throwing to the left side of the bag to try to avoid that obstruction call.
That didn't look like a strike to me. That looked like a ball.
No announcement yet from the umpires as to what they're looking at. The assumption would be whether or not.
For clarification, there was umpire interference on the play. By rule, the runner returns to first base.
Oh, wow.
So umpire interference will send Johnson back to the base. I don't know if we've ever seen this before.
Well, that's one. If they was upset about the other call being BS, that's bullshit too.
Well, yeah, I told you it would even out. It always evens out.
Elbow grazes the mask of Steve Gould.
That's crazy. That's crazy as hell, man. It's a
And now
crazy
Mike White
kick
thinks
on
there
night.
should be more to the conversation here. Chelsea
The ruling
Clark.
on the field is that there was not batter interference. Texas is challenging that ruling. The play is under review.
Why is Texas challenging?
Is it batter interference or umpire interference?
Batter interference.
Well, she struck out, so
Which one
She
is it?
had to go back.
Now, I know with football,
So are they saying the batter was in the way?
Right, so I think it would have to be the result because they've already sent, because of the umpire interference, they sent the runner back to first.
Devon grabbed the ball anyway.
well, and she's out. I mean, this was strike 3 called, and then the runner stole.
you're like a ball. That's the one thing I almost hit her.
Let's bring in our rules analyst, Christy Cornwell here.
Well, there are a lot of layers to this. First, we have a delayed dead ball when the catcher rears back and hits the umpire on the throw because the catcher's arm hitting the umpire interfered with the catcher's ability to complete the throw. Now, the other team, Texas, is challenging whether or not the batter also committed interference by spilling out of the batter's box in front of the catcher.
If it is, what is the result of that, Christy? Because she's already been sent back, so she would be out, correct? The runner at first would be called out?
The runner being played on is called out.
But she was already out with the strikeout.
The
runner being played on, which would be the runner that started on first base and stole second.
Okay.
And then got put back to first.
I
So
don't
it'd
even
be
know
a
what
double play. They'd be
really
out of the
looking.
inning if this call
Now Texas is
ends up
trying
being
to get
called batter
the runner
interference.
called
So
out.
this could be a double play to
Completely.
end the game.
End the game,
right here.
correct.
Double play would end the game.
The batter struck out for out number 2. Now they're talking about whether the base runner should be out for out number 3.
Mike White bitching like hell
Why would the base runner be out?
because the batter interfered with the throws.
Anya Gorman is putting on the catcher's gear
Devon
because
grabs the pitch
they will
regardless.
need a new catcher if they go to
First
the
the
bottom of the
umpire
7th inning.
interfered and then the batter interfered.
Victoria Valdez has been pulled because she's been substituted for twice.
Wow, that's
After
taking a
review,
call
the
ball
call is
game.
upheld. No interference. Runner at first base.
So the runner stays at first base. Johnson with 2 outs.
That would
And
have been a
Texas
hell of a way
Tech
to
is
end the
down
game.
to their last chance.
They would have been the third out.
Their number 9 hitter, the freshman Bailey Lindemuth, out of Burleson, Texas. 0 for 1, the last time to the plate she was pinch hit for. So this just her second swings against Tegan Cavan. Hit and run was on, and it's fouled away.
Well, they're going to do everything they can to try to get Johnson into that scoring position. At this point, they still need a couple of hits or a hit in the gap in order to score her from first. But this is risky because we know Reese Atwood has a cannon behind the dish.
Game tying run aboard, top 7.
Well, think about it. If the umpire didn't interfere, the runner would already be at second. I mean, we've seen some weird things in this game.
Kennedy hoping she can pitch some more tonight in the bottom of the 7th. Linda Muth whiffs on the rise, 0-2. And Tegan Kavan
This game's over.
is trying for her third straight complete game shutout as a starter here at the World Series. Pops it up. Jolie Mitchell at first base, and she's got it. And the Texas Longhorns rally to win game 1 of the finals.
I can't wait to hear the post game. That has got to be the dumbest shit I have ever seen
Kavan
in my life.
Spectacular again.
I've never seen something so stupid in my life. Ever.
Man, on both sides tonight, too. You've seen some crazy looking calls, man.
John, with all due respect, John, one of our longtime posse chat members, how is Tech robbed their star pitcher in one of the most arrogant moves I've ever seen in my life, who is intentionally walking the best hitter on the team and the captain of the team and the emotional will of the team at the plate? You're going to intentionally walk her, and you're going to be a smart ass and throw multiple pitches over the plate?
It's like she didn't want to walk her. She wanted to prove she could get her out or some shit.
Oh, John says he's joking. Well, that was good. You had me good. Because that's like, I want to hear what Kennedy says. I can't wait to listen to the post game on YouTube later on, because I want to hear what she says about that. That is the dumbest shit. She's a dumbass.
And if your coach told you to do it, that was really
why
a
can't
dumbass.
she do something like that against us? Where was that on Monday? God damn, man.
Adrian Romo said Tech shouldn't even have one run at all. Hook 'em horns.
Well, no, Texas is lucky they got out of the first inning without giving up runs. So
Yeah, that was crazy. Man. They bases loaded. No
anything like that. I've never seen.
I mean, how hard is it to throw a ball?
Walk?
How hard is it to throw a freaking ball, man?
There's no way she wasn't doing that on purpose. She had to be doing that on purpose.
Well,
she had to be doing that on purpose.
It backfired hard.
That's just one of the most.
Wreck themselves, man. That's gonna come back to haunt them, man, because they probably gonna lose this next game too, and it's gonna be over with. It's gonna be Texas in a sweep.
God dang, man, unbelievable, dude. And to do that to their best, not just to that would have been dumb. No matter who you're doing that to, because clearly everyone's in a relaxed state. They think you're walking the batter, so they're not thinking they're about to have to play defense. So it's dumb to tempt any batter at the plate like that on an intentional walk, in my opinion. But it's asinine to do it to one of their best hitters, if not the best hitter on the team. I mean, ridiculous, man.
Yeah. That's crazy. I learned a lot tonight. Stuff about softball I didn't realize. Now I know. That's just stupid, man. Baseball, it's pretty easy to throw. If you want to throw somebody a walk, it's pretty easy. How easy is it to walk somebody? That's probably the easiest thing you can do.
It's ridiculous, man. And I agree with Lane. It's disrespectful. Like, she deserves it. She was doing something and she was being funny. She's being cocky, which that's kind of one of the things she's known for. I mean, you can see that dumbass look on her face at the end of the game. She's a dumbass. She might be the best pitcher in softball, but she's clearly a major dumbass. I mean, you could just see it on her face.
If y'all don't mind, jump out and hit that like button before you leave and hit the subscribe button as well. That'll help us out a lot. We come in here and we.
I want to see. Let's listen to the sound. I want to see what they say. Look. That's the first one over the plate. Second one over the plate. What is she doing? She threw 3 out of 4 pitches over the plate. What is she doing?
And brings home not 1 but 2 runs for Texas.
And she looks
amazing
fucking
sequence there.
like she's about to lose her noodle,
Way
man.
too much of the plate. Swinging away 3-0. Into the 7th. Do not want to give extra outs. Man, good bobbles that one. Alana Johnson is on. Texas Tech has a tying run at first. 2 batters later. Anya German is pinch hitting. Kavan gets the strike for the strikeout. Runner advances, but umpire interference is called, and the runner has to go back to first. So now down to their last out. Daly Lindemuth, the freshman, hops it up on the infield.
I want to
That's
hear
it, and
Kennedy,
that's all. Texas, thanks to Atwood's heroics, gets the win. Here she is with Holly Rowe.
I want to hear what Kennedy said.
Who? She ain't gonna say shit. They gonna wait till way on later to
In the
interview
post,
her.
she's got to be in the post game. Got to be. They're gonna have a post game interview. They'll have players with the coach, and she's definitely gonna be one of them. She's got to be. She's always one of the players. Seems like.
Once again, if y'all want to help keep the lights on, smash the like button before you leave, please. Hit that subscribe button too, man. It lets you know when we're up and on the air. And we're going to try to do more of these live streams. A lot of people like them. So we'll probably start doing some football games since I figured out how to monetize it and get around certain things. Like and subscribe. Like, subscribe.
Yes, please. Please. That would be, we would appreciate it so we can keep this going the rest of the year, especially when we get into football season, which, man, if you think about it, is really close. I mean, once you get into June, you're moving along pretty fast now, you know?
Yeah, got to go and get me a football magazine. I think the Lindy's and the Athens football magazines are out. If y'all want to go get you one. I call them the 2 Bibles of college football.
Thunder brings up something that I never even thought of, which he might be joking, but it's a good point. In today's day and age of legal college gambling, did she just throw the game on purpose?
I don't know. She already got $1 million from what they said. She don't need the money.
They are. Yeah, they're paying her at least $1 million. Some people are saying she's making upwards of $2 million.
I doubt she done that, but you know, Michael Jordan, he used to like to gamble a lot too. So Michael Vick used to fight dogs, and he had millions of dollars. So they just do stupid shit sometimes.
You never know, man.
So yeah. All right, brother. I guess I'm gonna get off of here.
All right, man.
I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight and helping me out.
Me too. I'll check y'all later.
Y'all check us out on. We're gonna go and. Might do a few podcasts and stuff as well. If y'all want to join the Outlaw Posse and get a random Four Horsemen shout out on the actual podcast and maybe be the comment of the day, there's a little join button over by the subscribe button. That's not for $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. Just half a bottle of water. You get your badge and get deputized. Be an Outlaw Posse. With that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now dismissed.